What up, peeps? It's Vlogmas, day 1. We're almost ready for Christmas break. Now, what we're going to be doing today is, as you can see by the title of the worksheet, which you have, is we're going to be finding the equation of a line given a t-table without the initial value, without the y-intercept. So this is what we're going to be doing, okay? Given this t-table, let me zoom in. There's different ways that you could solve this problem. Okay, there's different ways you could solve this problem. Okay, if you notice here, we want to look at your t-table and look at if you have a 0 here. First of all, that's the first thing you check. Do you have a 0 here? We don't. So that's why you don't have a y-intercept. So when you don't have this y-intercept, you could do this thing called the graphical approach. There's two approaches, graphing it or the algebra way. The graphing way is the easiest method to get the equation. The algebra approach is a little bit more difficult if your algebra skills are not that great, but in high school they're going to require you to do the algebra method, okay? So, but today I'm going to show you the graphical method, so just in case you ever forget how to do the algebra method, you can just get a graph paper and figure out the answer for this one. Okay, so here we go. We have a t-table. It's literally the same process. Okay, if I want to create an equation, I have to use this equation. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, create an equation, you always use this one right here. Okay, so the first thing I ask myself is, b is easy to look for. Do I have b? No, we don't. If this was 0, for example, if I change that to a 0, don't change it, then the y-intercept will be -12, and then you're happy and it's going to be quick. But they didn't give me the y-intercept. So what I have to do is figure out slope, okay? So I could pick 2 points. It doesn't matter what points you pick, but be smart about it. Don't be trying to pick the hard points. I wouldn't want to pick these two at the top, -10, 53. I would try to pick like things that are smaller, okay? But if you pick these guys up here, you still get the same answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 1, -2, okay? So I'm going to put 1, -2. I'm going to pick 1, -2, and then I'm going to pick 3, -12. I'm going to go ahead and solve for slope. You should be able to solve for slope, okay, because it's pretty straightforward. So go ahead, I'll solve it. Let me get something. Forgot the pencil. Christmas jams! Oh, this is going to help me concentrate. Then Hernandez told me to do the same change. Different signs, subtract, -10. Change, 3 - 1 is 2. Then I can simplify. Therefore, my slope, I can simplify by 2, My slope is -5/1. Okay, here we go. So the slope is -5/1. If you didn't get that, please look over my work. I'm not going to explain it. We've been going over slope for 2 months. Okay, now this is where some of you guys kind of got a little bit confused. Okay, now that you have your slope, what you're going to do is, out of these 2 points that you picked, I'm just making it easier. You could actually pick any points over here too. Out of these 2 points, pick the easiest one. Pick the easiest one because we're going to graph now. So would I rather pick 1, -2 or 3, -12? I would pick the first one. But again, if you pick this point, doesn't matter. You'll still get the right answer. So I'm going to pick 1, -2. Okay? I have my trusty little graph paper right here. And I'm going to use the whole graph paper. I'm going to plot 1, -2. So I'm going to put 1 to the right, 2 down. Remember, our goal is this. Our goal is, let's draw the line, because remember a t-table is a line technically. Let's draw the line, and wherever the line intersects the y-axis, that's your answer for B. So we're trying to look for where are we going to find the dot in this line, okay? Now remember, your slope is -5/1. Remember back in the old day when we graphed, 5 is the rise, 1 is your run. So that means because it's negative, I'm going to go down 5 and 1 to the right. If you forgot this, go watch the video of rise over run when I helped you guys graph it. So from this dot, I'm going to go 5 down, 1 to the right. 5 down, 1 to the right. Okay, so here we go. Christmas music, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop! I can't do it anymore. Now, did you notice that I still haven't gotten my Y-intercept? I still haven't gotten my Y-intercept. Now I go back to the original dot and do the opposite. So here we go. Instead of going 5 up, 5 down, I'm going to go 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom! Boom! Look at this! Right there! That one right there is your Y-intercept. That's what you wanted. So your Y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, +3. Technically, you're almost done. But you know me. I don't want you to leave the graph like halfway done. So let's finish it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to the left. Then I'm going to get my trusty ruler. There it is. And like mentioned, that is my Y-intercept right here. My Y-intercept is 3. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. You already have M. You just found out that your Y-intercept is 3. Plug it in or substitute it to the formula. Y equals -5x plus 3, and you're done. That's it. That's how you figure out an equation of a line graphically. Super easy. Okay, let's go over another one. Let's go over number 2. Okay, number 2 is right here. Again, you have to create an equation. The first thing you do is, let's look at the x's. Hopefully they gave me a 0. Did they give you a 0 here? They didn't. So that means you have to solve it either graphically or algebraically. Right now we're learning how to solve for the Y-intercept graphically. But before that, we need to figure out what the slope is. You pick 2 points. I'm going to be smart. I want to pick this one because it has a 0. So I'm going to pick this point and these 2 points right here. You know what? I want to be adventurous. I'm actually going to pick this one and this one. So you could see that you get the same answer. So here we go. I'm going to pick -4, -6, and I'm going to pick 8, 0. Here we go. Let's start solving for slope. And I'm not going to go over it. You should already know how to figure out slope. So 0 -6. 8 -4. Same, change. Same, change. 0 plus 6 is 6. 8 plus 4 is 12. Should I reduce? Oh, heck yeah. I can reduce by 6. Reduce by 6. So my slope is 1/2. So if I'm thinking about graphing, because it's +1, that means it's 1 to the up and 2 to the right. Hopefully you got that slope. Hopefully you got 1/2. If you didn't, you need to go back and review the videos of how to figure out slope. Okay, now that we have slope, we're almost done with the equation. The equation is y equals 1/2 x, but now we need your b. Don't be scared. Use graphs. Okay, remember, once you figure out slope, then you pick either one of these 2 points. You could go back to the t-table and get another point if you want. Pick one of these 2 points and then start looking for, plot it and then use your slope. 1 up, 2 to the right. I'm going to pick the hard one in this case so you can see you still get the same answer. I'm going to pick -4, -6. Okay? So I'm going to go get my graph. I'm going to plot -4, -6. Because it's negative, I'm going to go, remember the first part is either going right or left. So because it's negative, I'm going to go to the left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second point tells you to go up or down. because it's negative 6, I'm going to go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's my dot. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. What quadrant is this? Hopefully you didn't forget about your quadrants. Remember it's 1, 2, quadrant 3. Okay, now from this dot, I'm going to do the slope that I found out. My slope is 1/2. 1 up, 2 to the right. Okay, from this dot, I'm going to go 1 up, 2 to the right. 1 up, 2 to the right. Because your goal is, where will this line that I'm going to draw intersect the y-axis? Because that's what B is going to be. Okay, so from that dot, I'm going to go with slope. So 1 up, 2 to the right. Boom. 1 up, 2 to the right. Boom! Look at that. Do you see it? Do you see it? That's your y-intercept right there. Right there's your y-intercept. That's where this line intersected the y-axis. You see how quick you get your answers like this? Super easy. But you know me, finish the line. It looks nasty. Keep on going. 1 up, 2 to the right. 1 up. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away. I don't know that one. Save me from. Give it to my mom. Give you my heart. The very next day. And then there's a line. Boom, boom. Once again, the y-intercept is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. -4 because you went down. So now you have all. Sorry, you understand it's -4. Now B is equal to -4. Simple, geniuses. You just put -4. That's it. You're done. You just created an equation graphically. Okay? Let's do one last one just in case you're still confused. Okay, remember, pause the video and you try it by yourself if you understand how to do this. We're going to do number 4. Okay, let me zoom in on number 4. That one right there. So, you guys got it? Okay. Now, before that. Hernandez, you forgot. Look. Do you guys see how there's some blanks on number 2? So it's -8. So this is what you do. So this is the graph you just looked at. So it's -8. So you're going to go to -8 on the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then did you see that you have a dot down here? So just count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means that this point is -8. Do you see how I figure out the missing value? And then this one is also missing value. -2 doesn't have a y. So I'm sorry. So this is the one that we did first. This one right here. So it's -2. So we're going to go to -2, 1, 2. And then pretty much you just go straight up to see what the value is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this value right here will be 13. Okay? Now let's do number 4. Sorry, I forgot all about this. So here it is. Number 4. You guys got it? Zoomed it in. Okay? Once again, on number 4, or in this problem right here, you look at your t-table. You always look at the x's to see if they give you the y-intercept. Look for a 0. Did they give you a 0 here? Heck yeah, they did. That's a 0. So that means -6 is your y-intercept. So you're pretty much done. The only thing is, you already got your b. You just need to figure out m. So for m, I'm going to pick 2 points. So I'm going to pick these 2 points. So -3, -4, 0, -6. And here we go. Let's figure out slope. -6 minus 4, 0 minus -3. Same, change. -6. -6 plus 4 is -2. 0. Oh, that looks like a 13. Sorry, it's a plus. 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay, so that means my slope is -2/3. That means 2 down, 3 to the right. But you don't have to solve it graphically because you already know what your y-intercept is. Your y-intercept is -6. You already got your answer. So y equals -2/3 x minus 6. You're done. This is where you should be very happy when they actually give you the Y-intercept. Okay? But, do you notice that there's a missing value? So we technically do have to graph it to figure out the missing value. If I just told you create an equation, you would have been done here. But since there's a missing value, we have to look for it. So let me graph it very quickly. -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 down, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. 2 down, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. 2 down, 3 to the right. And then 2 up, 3 to the right. 2 up, 3 to the right. They wanted -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means the answer will be, oh, I'm sorry. They wanted -6. So the answer is -2. So there it is. So that's how you figure out the equations of the lines graphically using a graph. So that's how you figure out the equation of a line using a graph. Now let me give you the answers to the other problems. So for number 3, the answer is y equals 4x plus 1. If I turn it over, number 5, the answer is y equals -2x minus 6. This one is y equals 5 over 2x. And then this one's 6x minus 4. Y equals 5. Y equals 4/3 x minus 2. You also have to remember to tell me if it's proportional or non-proportional. Do you notice that this one has a y-intercept? That's why it's non-proportional. But if you look at this one, does it have a y-intercept over here? It doesn't. So that's why we call that one proportional. Again, if you didn't understand the video or one of the questions, rewind it and watch it again. Until next time on Vlogmas Day 2.